Hello guys, what's poppin'? Welcome back to this channel. And today's video we will talk about how to email that professor, and let him know you are the right fit for the graduate school, how to let him know you deserve that scholarship, you have to get that graduate assistantship, that research position available, you have to get it. So stay tuned, don't skip a second, because every second counts. And hey, if you are new here, don't forget to click on the subscribe button below and turn on the notification icon below so that I don't miss any of my videos. You should know that these professors receive a lot of emails each and every day. They are very busy people. You should make your emails stand out. First tip, don't write to him with a Gmail or Yahoo Mail if you have an institutional email. If you don't have one, then that is fine. But if you do have, you have to use a formal email. Make sure the subject of the email is prospective students. And if it's for a research position, just write research position. Don't leave the subject of the email blank. Even me, if you write me an email, you don't put any subject there, I might not open that email. So that's your first step. So I mostly get this question: how do you find the professor's email? You find this information on the department website. The department website has valuable information. You have to make sure that you make use of it very, very well. Nice dogs.
Thank you very much, man.
You have to make sure you make a very good use of the department website. It has all the information available.
She wants to be on your videos.
Sorry about that. Anyway, where did I even get to? The department website. You have to be there. You have to go to the people tab. Sometimes they put under the faculty tab or the people tab. This is where you find the professor's email, their research interest, teaching interest, publications. Sometimes you can even find their phone numbers, but hey, don't call their phone number. That is a big no. Don't call their phone number. You can even find their CVs there too. So you get to find all sort of information about the professor there. So the information is so valuable. You don't have to joke with this. This is what will determine whether this professor would actually reply your email or not. And we will get more into detail. So just relax. Yeah. So don't go about sending generic emails. If you remember that part where we discussed about the email side of it, because these professors, they usually communicate with each other, and whenever you send an email, sometimes it's received by the administrator. They send it to the administrator for him or her to check out all these things. So when they get to see that you are sending a lot of emails to a lot of professors, it's actually a bad sign that you don't know what you're doing. It's like you are desperate. They don't want to get a desperate student. They want to find a student who wants to do it because the person has a passion for it, not because he wants to just leave the country or something else. Read the website very well. Read the website, the department website very well, where it has all the informations about funding, about research interests of professors. Don't go and email the professor and go and be asking him, are there funding available and all that? Like, that is a wrong thing to do. You don't have to go, your first email, you're asking about funding. What do you mean? What do you mean? You don't have to do that at all. Now, you've read the website, you know everything about this professor, and if you don't know, you found out that he wrote like 2 or 3 papers or maybe 17 papers, you can find out the research interest of that professor. And then once you know the research interest, okay, let me give you an example. As I was applying to my schools, as I told you, if you watched the previous video, if you didn't watch it, go and watch on how to write a statement of purpose. Just go and check my videos, you'll see that. And I mentioned about where my research interest was into elections and violent elections and all that. So if I go to this website, if I go to find out the professor's research interest, I would want to see something, if not the same, quite similar to the professor, so that when I'm writing to the professor, I get to say that, hey, I saw that you have a research interest which overlaps with mine, and I'll be glad to work with you, and you know, that sort of thing. You don't just go there and be asking, hey professor, I love this school, I want to study there, and then you send these same messages, email to about 20 professors. They will get to know, and you will be cancelled out. So get to know the professor's research interest. It is very important. If you have to read about 2 or 3 papers to get to know the research interest, in some cases where they don't write it on the website, you can just read 2 or 3 papers of the professor, you will still know. And you see, once you get to have these, it becomes so easy for you when you're writing to the professor. You get to know what to say. So now let's start. How do you address him? Like I said, dear, formally, dear Professor 𝐁𝐿𝐻 maybe my name is this, and I completed university of this in this year. I am a first class, blah 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 blah, and then you know, you give a little info about you. Your second paragraph can be about you applying to the master's program, and then tell him or her when you apply to the master's, because we have four semesters, we have winter, we have the spring. Let them know when you are applying. Are you applying to even this year or next year or next 2 years? Because people can, you know, contact the process way ahead of time. I did mine like a year ago, and then I contacted him again when it was getting closer. So you see, these are the various tricks, you know, the tips that you have to keep in mind that you can use to get these professors' attention. So that's the second paragraph for you, where you get to let him know when you're applying to the master's course, when you want to start the master's course, and all that. In that same paragraph, you get to let him know that maybe going to the department website, you realize that his research interest is in this, that, and that, and then your research interest is also in this, that, and that, and then your research interest overlaps with hers or his. In cases where you get to know his regional area of expertise, maybe Africa, maybe Europe, maybe Asia, they have all these things. Maybe yours is Africa, but his was Asia. You can simply say his, even though his was Asia. I'm talking about the social science guys. You know, mostly our professors get to, you know, specialize in certain areas, certain regional. They have regional expertise, like maybe Africa, Europe, you know, those sort of things. So this is mostly to the social science students. When you find out that the professor is more into Asian stuff, or maybe African stuff, if it's African, you're an African student where your research interest is going to lie in Africa, then that is fine. But if it is not, it doesn't necessarily mean that you should just cancel him out. Maybe he's also into election and violence stuff. So after you are done talking about his research interest overlapping with yours in the second paragraph and everything, you just let him know in the third paragraph that you will be expecting his reply, you know. And then if he wants to contact you by any means, he should just let you know. Whether he has to contact you by email or phone number, Skype, you know, any of these, you just let him know. So that is what you should be doing, and then you don't have to be sending this same email to all the professors. You don't have to do that. That would be the first reason why they would reject your application. It doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter even if you are the valedictorian of your school. Your application will surely be cancelled. So you have to sort it out. Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like, you know, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button. Also, turn on the notification bell icon below so that you don't get to miss any of the videos I upload every week. And hey, if you didn't watch everything, remember I said don't skip a second, because every second counts. Leave a comment below if you have any question. Thank you guys.